Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Hey, you know what kind of stinks? Really ruins my day right now. Now I know that when, say, August rolls around, I'll be wishing for a little of this. Hopefully at this point. Let me show you something here, friends. I was gonna go spray today, and well, it's a nice day. It's not too windy, so I probably wouldn't kill most of my neighbors' gardens, but this, see that? 1.5 inches of rain in a matter of 3 days. I'm not gonna be able to get out into a field. I was out of town yesterday, so I didn't really realize how much rain we got, but geez, I just got mud and more mud. And again, I guess it is a little bit breezy today. Maybe it wouldn't be a good day to spray. But nevertheless, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Look at this shit. I mean, give me a break. Well, Turd Ferguson's gonna float away sitting there. So friends, nothing else I can do today, but I might as well take you all along for a little crop tour. Now guys, I can tell you this. My crops look really good for the most part, I think. I mean, I got no complaints about any of that. Problem is, I've got, so the first field of soybeans that I planted, mare's tail, coming up like crazy, and thistle. Pre-emerged herbicide did an excellent job of keeping the grass and the lamb's quarters and all the rest of the stuff I don't want growing out there from growing out there for the last month and 4 days. But the mare's tail's getting out of control. We'll get to that. Let's have a look at this corn here. Let's rephrase that. Let me walk out into the mud here. Look at that corn, friends. Knee high by 4th of July. Did it. What's today? June 9th? Yeah, this little field of corn that I stuck in here is my very first field of corn ever planted. Is looking real nice. And I'm about 7 leaf there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, close enough to it. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm at the point now where maybe I could come out here and give this a little top dress. But, well, again, that ain't gonna happen today. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you something else. It's kind of embarrassing on my part, but hey, you guys are all my friends, so why not share this with you? So if you were ever curious, save me about $300. If you were ever curious as to how well and if pre-emerge herbicides work in corn. Now I went through with this and I did antrazine and dual, and I set. Now here's where I screwed up. I have not been out here with any spray at all. This has been better than a month now. Look how clean that is, except for that row. Yeah, yep. Got the same one about 2 doors down there, so you can tell. Maybe I had the globe on top of my tractor moved over 6 inches. I don't know, but you know, that's a real problem. But actually, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm just gonna throw my backpack sprayer on and spray that row and probably nothing else. So yes, pre-emerge herbicides do indeed actually do a pretty good job of keeping things clean. Shit, if it hadn't been for that, I might not have to have come back out here and resprayed it all. I walked out in that field 10 feet. Look at all that. All right, guys, everybody buckled in? Good. I'm not. Gotta do that. Yeah, let's go for a little spin here. Let's see how muddy the rest of these fields are. Not that I can do anything else in them today. Okay, let's check out field number 2 here. Also looking pretty nice, guys, for the most part. Yep, over knee high. Oh, no problem with that. Everything's come up nice and uniform, and that little son of a bitch. Well, that just made it worse. Nevertheless. Yeah, no complaints about this corn here either, guys. I think it's gonna be okay. And again, same thing here, friends. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. Set that sprayer for 29 feet, not 30. Oh well, everybody makes mistakes. But yeah, friends, not at all disappointed by this corn. If I could get a little top dress out here, wouldn't hurt my feelings any, but again, that's not gonna happen today. All right, here's our third field. Now we're into the soybeans. This is the one that I have the most concern about because of, well, that right there, these little patches of mare's tail. And they kind of just randomly popping up everywhere. Everything else looks just fine, keeping the rest of the weeds at bay, but not the mare's tail and this milkweed. But it's a little enlist and you'll be a memory. And just walking along, there's another one. I don't mind walking through this stuff, guys. This is the really light. This is light half of this field, and there's a really heavy half of it down there. And the heavy half is where I'm going to come out taller than I went in. Kind of like the rest of these fields. I guess I do got these little BS grasses coming through here that could use a little shot of Roundup to finish them off. But again, guys, overall, no complaints. These beans are looking just fine. So what are we at here? 1, 2, third trifoliate starting. So they're at a perfect stage right now. My rows are about as straight as the United States political system. Oh well, you can get more beans into a crooked row than you can a straight one, but that's why I plant them this way. I don't want everybody from the road seeing what I got going on here. But again, guys, I think this field's gonna do all right. I just need to get out here, zap that mare's tail, and this field's gonna be in good shape. Just gotta get her to dry a little bit. And guys, again, this field was planted 32 days ago, so I'm not feeling bad about anything that's going on here. I'd like it if there was a little bit less mare's tail, but hey, I've covered all my bases. There's nothing I can do to control it now except for spray it, so that's got to happen. And it's amazing what can happen in 32 days time. So give us another 32 days. So let's put us at, right after the holiday weekend here, about the 10th of July. 10th of July, you're not going to be able to see any dirt out in any of these fields because the beans will be tall enough, they'll be bushed completely over. Hopefully, 0 weeds will be growing through. Boy can dream, can't he? I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I said, I got about 3 days now, which kind of stinks because I'd rather it was done today. But 3 days or so, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I got to walk it again and see what happens. I'll be able to get out here and spray this field and it'll be taken care of. So let's check out the next one here. Okay, friends. So for all you loyal listeners and follower-alongs and watchers, this is the field that I did the start to finish with cost. Not looking bad at all. The weeds haven't come out of this one. I mean, a little bit. Maybe I didn't spray right there. I don't know. But for the most part, so I think what I planted this on May 18th. So 10 days after that other field. And yeah, aside from a few little hunks of volunteer wheat here, this field's looking pretty good. I got a nice, good, even stand on it. Everything's, the weeds they're staying at, oh shit, there's a milkweed right there. Oh well, at least it ain't 50 of them, it's just one, for now. Let's wander back here a little bit. Okay, looking off this way, I mean, guys, this field looks pretty nice. I got no complaints about this. I will probably, like I said, I'll have to come out and spray this one, but like I said, guys, good stand out here. Everything's growing really nice. What stage are we here? So a little bit behind. I got one trifoliate, another one starting. So guys, again, I'm pretty pleased with this. Guys, nevertheless, maybe, you know, like I said, we got, this field has to go 28 bushels to the acre for me to profit $1,400. Let's say that it goes 48. Probably not going to happen, but hey, I can dream, and maybe this will be my year to shine. I've been saying next year is going to be my year for the last 8 years. Maybe this is next year. All right, guys, here's the long field that was such a mess for me that I just acquired this year. And oh, Jesus, I'm gonna get stuck out here. Shut the old truck down. Oh, again, guys, this field's been such a mess, but yeah, there's mud puddles. I am gonna be a lot taller when I come out of this field. I just know it already. So, aside from the extreme mud and this red-winged blackbird that wants to really curious about what I'm doing right now, I got corns. Corns are growing out here. Not bad at all. I mean, definitely better than nothing. Now, if you remember, guys, and I'll remind you here, so this field goes up, then it comes back around that funny little patch of woods right there. So I planted corn just from, about that utility pole to that, you know, just from the woods this way. And I got the soybeans on that side of this field. And so last week, when I was out here with the 1800, finishing that field off, I planted the soybeans in it that night. So whatever that was last Friday night. So that's been in there for a week and 2 days. So, corn's looking presentable. I'll take that. Not bad at all. First time corn's been planted in this field since 2016. So that's pretty cool. I'll take that. Let's march up there through the mud and see how them beans are looking. Now this field I knew was going to be a little harder to control any type of weed in, just because it's been maintained so poorly for the last several years. And yeah, definitely going to have to get this one with the sprayer, no question about that. But again, guys, I expected it. Overall, I can't complain too much, because sometimes you get weeds, and with the amount of rain we've had, I'm surprised there's not more. So the pre-merge chemicals are definitely doing their job, but yeah, it's a lot. I will say this, even though there's a little puddle right there and whatnot, I mean, guys, 1.5 inches of rain in the last 3 days, under normal circumstances, this field would be underwater. And it's actually not as bad as I expected. I expected it to be worse than this. But yeah, whatever, we'll take what we can get. All right, here we are, end of the corn, filter strip, beginning of the soybeans. So again, guys, these beans were planted last Friday, late. So let's say 7 days and 12 hours ago. And I got little buddies popping up everywhere here. Not bad. Field's clean so far. No major weeds have come out right here just yet. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Yeah, nice. Just emerging. I guess with this field being worked up as rough as it was, this is the only field that the rain's actually going to help me, because some of these beans maybe didn't get driven down into the ground as far. And hey, as long as they're wet and they'll grow a root, they'll grow. A little more soil contact would be nice, but hey, if I can get what I can get out of here, that's going to be every little bit's a win for me here, guys. Boy, look at that little son of a bitch. He sure got his eye on me. He's lucky I ain't got 12 gauge out here right now, or his eyes would be looking somewhere else. Hey, you guys got red-winged blackbirds in your area that dive bomb your head and swoop you? And yeah, I know they're just trying to protect their kids, but damn it, I'm not going to eat your eggs. Just go after the vultures and the seagulls and eagles like I see you do, and leave me alone. Stupid blackbirds. All right, guys, well, again, walking farther out here, I got little beans popping up everywhere, like they should be. So that's good news. I gotta get out here and pick up the rocks. I don't know from exactly what dimension of hell I pulled all these up from, but that's bad news. Now that the rain's come along and washed them, I can definitely see that I'm standing in basically a giant boulder pit. But yeah, I guess me and the wife get a little exercise picking rocks here one of these days in the very near future. Now friends, here's the absolute worst part of this field. Now, so again, if you're an avid watcher and you've caught every week, right about that region over there is where I was struggling with the green bastard last winter to try and get this last chunk chisel plowed. And just couldn't get it. But and I'm getting taller as we go farther to the east here, but still got beans growing. So the grass, well, it needs another shot of the juice over here. But again, I wasn't even able to get this part sprayed because it was so rough. I had sprayed down this cover crop that I had here, and you can tell right where I was able to spray and not spray. But again, guys, this isn't the smoothest field by any means. It didn't work up well by any other means for the most part. And I mean, I guess I gotta say, had I waited any longer to plant this field, I'd be getting into the point where I wouldn't be able to plant this. I think final plant date for crop insurance and FSA purposes in this area is June 15th, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's June 15th. So, I mean, at this point, if I hadn't worked this field up, if I hadn't planted it, let's just say I left it be and I was gonna, you know, get to it when it was more ready, there ain't no way I'd have been able to come out here, because it had all them, there's big mud puddles and shit down that way. So yeah, did I work it up a little prematurely? Yes. Flip side of that token, had I not worked it up, there'd be 0 soybeans out here right now, and I'd make no money on it, and I'd still have to pay the rent. So, you know, 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. At least as it looks right now, since I got beans growing, chances are I'll be able to harvest somewhat of a crop out of here. And at least I got that corn started over there in the, you know, the dry half of this, well, the dry 1/8 of this field. So that corn will be pretty much what pays the bills on this field. All the soybeans that are here are just kind of extra spending cash for JT to bring more projects home and have you guys help me work on. But, so there's my crop tour, guys. There's all 5 fields. Things aren't looking too bad. Again, aside from the outstanding amount of moisture we've got here, let's go back and talk about something new here. Overall, at this point, crop situation's actually looking pretty good. Everything's growing well. Got a couple weeds here and there, but everybody's got weeds. I don't care what they tell you. But anyway, friends, I gotta walk back to my truck. That's fight the blackbirds all the way there. They're gonna try and kill me until I get to my truck. So wish me luck, friends. All right, friends, made it back safe. No blackbirds or JTs were harmed in the filming of this film that you know of. Anyway, so here's kind of where I'm at now. At this point, with the amount of mud everywhere, I am damn near tempted to take the old backpack sprayer and mount it on the 1105 and kind of, I mean, granted, I'm going to give it a day or two, but I might have to shuffle through the mud with this just mounted on, rather than trying to pull that old piece of shit through the mud. I don't know. I mean, maybe some of you guys have been in this position before where it's muddy and you got to spray and your stuff isn't necessarily the top of the line equipment, and you don't really want to have the co-op come out and do it, because well, if they put one of their sprayers down, not only is that going to be a pain in the ass to get out, it's going to damage everything, and it's going to be expensive. So I don't know. Like I said, about ready to mount the old backpack sprayer on the 1105. Scooter through there. But I don't know, guys, 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. I got a day to think about. All I gotta do is put a pump on this, and it's really ready to go. So there's that. Friends, that's gonna do it for me today. I got nothing else I can share with you. I do have a new project coming along down the line. Not next week, because I gotta finish up this combine, but stay tuned. I'm sure it'll be fun. If not, I'll give it my best shot. Anyways, happy Sunday, everybody. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, JT.